Hello, it's D, and I'm back with a quick video. Now, I've noticed that since I've gotten my S24 Ultra, that sometimes it just doesn't get as bright as my S23 Ultra. So we're going to run a little test here to see if you guys can pick up the differences. Now, this video is being recorded in SDR, and I've actually slowed down the actual YouTube footage so we can see it in real time. Now, I noticed that when I turn my lights off and have the phone in the dark, even though I have the ambient light sensors turned off on the phone, it still dims the phone. And it's actually making my HDR less impactful. Now, when I shine a bright light onto it, the HDR, you can see that it increases a little bit over time. And it gets almost as bright as the S23 Ultra. But I'm still noticing that my S23 Ultra gets brighter. And it does seem to have more saturated colors even in HDR. So this video being recorded in HDR, you're going to actually see those differences. So if you have an HDR capable device, make sure that you turn HDR on. If you don't have an HDR capable device, you're going to see this in SDR. You probably see a few differences, but it won't be the same impact as watching this video in HDR. So both of these phones have the exact same settings. Both of them have the extra brightness turned on, the ambient light or whatever that sensor is turned off, as well as brightness maxed out. Both of them are in vivid mode. So we're going to press play here, and I'm going to switch in between the light being on and off. And like I said, the video is slowed down, so you'll actually be able to see the difference. You'll see the changes in the light output. And once again, this is an HDR, so the light output is going to be accurately captured. So I don't think these are running at the same time. We're gonna push it back. Sorry, guys. So we need to run this at the same time. Okay, here we go. Yeah, looks like it's synced up. So as you can see, they're pretty much the same brightness here. You can notice, once again, it's in HDR, and I'm looking at this in real time as I'm filming this. You can notice that the HDR is just a little bit more impactful on the S23 Ultra, which is on the bottom. This is the S23 Ultra. You notice the reds, the whites. You can notice the difference there. I'm going to turn the light off here, and you'll actually see the S24 Ultra dim. You're going to see the S24 Ultra start to dim slowly. You'll notice it. Turn the lights back on. Put the sensor right on there. When something is white, that's when you're going to notice the difference of the HDR. And we're not going to really get blooming. It's not going to be blown out in this video because it's capturing HDR. So right here, so you see the eye? I'm going to turn this off. You're going to start to slowly notice, ever so slightly, that the S24 Ultra is dimming. And it's no longer as bright, which should not be because we have those sensors turned off. So why is that happening? So I'm going to pause these here, and I'm just going to show you that the sensor is actually turned off. So they're both paused. Just give me a second here. I'm going to cover here for privacy issues. We're going to go to the settings. Okay, so we're in the display settings here. Brightness is turned up to the max. Adaptive brightness is turned off. So it should not be dimming when there's no light in the room because that sensor, I turned it off. So I think that's part of the problem. As well, I noticed that the saturation is a little bit more on the S23 Ultra, and I think we're not getting the full gamut on these phones. That's because vivid mode is broken, and the vivid mode usually activates DCI-P3 on these phones. So if the vivid mode's not working, you're not getting the full gamut. You're not getting the full wide color gamut that this phone is capable of doing. And that would also make sense why we're seeing different colors and different hues in HDR. So I'm going to go back here. We're going to go back to the video, and we're going to hit play. Okay, they're not synced up. Sorry, guys. We'll pause it at what is this? 45. We'll pause it here. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Because HDR, I can't really edit it, so we're doing this in real time, guys. Sorry. I think I should be probably... Let's see if I could do it by eye. See how good my eyes are. Did we get it? Let's see. I think so. I think they're pretty close. Oops. This one is turning a little quicker, so we'll stop it by a second. Maybe we've caught them up. This is a good idea. You could turn off the light here, and you'll notice that the white will start to get dimmer on the top. You're going to start to see it dim out. It's going to start to get dimmer. And you'll notice that the S23 Ultra is like ultra bright in comparison, which should never be. I showed you that that sensor is actually turned off. So why is that happening? We'll turn the light back on. This is a good way to see it. So look at this cat. Look how it's going to start to dim out. You see it? You see it start to dim? So something is wrong with the sensor on this phone. It should not be detecting the ambient light in the room when I told the phone not to. So I think that's a problem with our HDR. I think we can see that there's a little difference in colors. The S23 Ultra just seems a little bit more saturated, seems a little bit more accurate with its HDR tones from my eyes, from what I can see. If you're looking here, you can see the blue is a little bit brighter. You'll notice the reds are a little bit more, just a little bit more vibrant on the S23 Ultra. And I just find that fascinating that a brand new phone, the S24 Ultra, doesn't have a brighter screen than its predecessor. That just shouldn't be. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. So you guys let me know in the comment section down below. Do you have an S24 Ultra? Do you have the same experience that your phone is just not getting as bright as the S23 Ultra or your previous phone? Or perhaps you're not having any of these issues at all. Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one.